shower and hope that's enough to prevent BO all day. Instead of crossing my fingers, I now use Mando whole body deodorant. Showering removes odor, but because of the high pH in soap, your body odor is going to come back with a vengeance. By lowering your skin's pH, Mando helps to keep your body smelling fresh for longer. Mando is clinically proven to help control odor for up to 72 hours. So start using Mando whole body deodorant anywhere for long-lasting odor control. Here's the deal. All new customers get $5 off Mando's best-selling starter pack. Just use the code Chael at shopmando.com. I personally love how many options Mando offers. Mando is available in solid sticks, invisible cream, body wash, cleaning bars, and deodorant wipes for use on the go. Mando starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice, and free shipping. New customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code Chael at shopmando.com. That equates to over 40% off your starter pack. Or just click on the link below. Conor McGregor, I am going to stop trash talk. It does not serve me well. Wow. That's a quote. That's what Conor said. He's going to stop all trash talk. It doesn't serve me well. And I so badly wanted him to add to that. What does he mean? And when did he trash talk? And far more importantly, when did he realize that? When did he come to the mind that it was harming him as opposed to helping him? And I'd love to have all of those things answered. And I know maybe they sound simplistic, but the greatest entertainer, the greatest talker in all of sport, not just ours, is Conor McGregor. And he did that by speaking. I mean, he had actions and he had a look, and there was a number of pieces of flair there as you look at the pie, but number one was verbal. So, when I think of Conor, I do think of a great talker. But a trash talker, I have not thought of him like that. In fact, I'm going through my mind right now, and I'm trying to think of a time that he talked trash. I know he was very hard on Jose Aldo, but that was a period of time ago. So I fully admit that there's things that I've forgotten. And the trash talk is a little bit interesting too, right? Like you could have a different definition. Before you tell me it's anything that you say that's aggressive and or what could be perceived as negative. Okay, if that's what it means, then of course I do understand you. I just thought it meant where it wasn't true and you were doing to talk trash, to be mean. Trash is bad. Trash is dirty. You're doing something that's not true, automatically kind of puts you in that dirty, bad phase, and then you start saying something negative. I understood a lot of what Conor said, and whether he convinced the world, I also understood it as the originator of that talk, that the deep down secret is you're trying to convince yourself. And the double down secret is you can do just that. You for sure can talk yourself into something. You guys will hear the term brainwashing. You hear something enough times, you start to believe it's true. But every time you've ever heard brainwashing in your life, it was associated with something bad. Brainwashing very much is true. Where if you hear something enough times, you will believe it. That's true. It can just be used for good. It can be used with positive messages too. Let me give you a great example. Conor was picking a fight with Floyd. He didn't have it yet. And when Conor was laying at his case, and one of the biggest dismissals of Conor versus Floyd was that Conor had never boxed. And Floyd had never been beaten at boxing, right? I mean, it's one of these things. I'm talking professional, but Conor was laying out his case. I remember where it was when he did it. He looked cool. He was in his suit. He brought this car in. It was a one-night show. And it was Ariel Helwani on a stage in what I believe is England. That part I could have wrong because Bisping went and did one too. So it was just Conor and Ariel. But Conor said when he was talking about Floyd and talked about beating him and trying to let people know why this was interesting and why he had a chance. He didn't bring up the fact that he was a southpaw and Floyd had struggled with southpaws. That was done by other people. Conor simply said, Floyd's got a little head and I got a great big hand. And then he elaborated on that to say, no, take an average person's head. Floyd's is smaller than the average person that weighs what he weighs. Take the average person's hand at our weight class and then look at mine. I have an abnormally large hand to an abnormally large head. It is like a hammer and a nail. I'm going to hit him one time. I have no idea if the size of your head dictates your ability to take a punch. I have no idea if the size of your hand dictates an ability to deliver a punch. All I know is Conor laid that out, and it made sense. I remember all these years later. Partly because I wonder if it was so, but I wouldn't consider that trash talk if it in fact was accurate. I never measured Floyd's head. I never measured Conor's hand. I never juxtaposed that against other people. What I'm sharing with you is I don't know that that's trash talk. As Conor's trying to talk himself into it, talking about MMA is a real fight. I come from the real rules of a fight. You don't. You just use the word. You have an element of what I do. You are not a fight. That is accurate, by the way. I mean, for boxing to call itself a fight, wrestling or a jiu-jitsu term would have that exact same claim. And you'll meet grapplers that call it a fight. They're looked at as dorks. I just share that I don't think Conor was talking trash. I thought that that was accurate. It would go into a different category. I remember Conor getting ready to fight Eddie Alvarez. And he kept saying he's stiff. He's too stiff. I will admit I don't know what that means. But after the fight and the fact that Conor won and continued to say, I hit him and I hit him hard and I hit him clean and he thinks I'm fast, but it's only because he's stiff, makes me think that it was accurate and therefore not trash talk. So as I go down that road, I don't know that I want Conor to stop. And when he says it doesn't serve me well, what does he mean? Did it backfire? Is he talking about the comments that he made his last moments in the cage, which would be the Dustin Poirier fight number 3, the leg injury and Joe Rogan down on the canvas interviewing him? Is that what he meant when he went after Jolie, Dustin's wife? Is that what he meant? And he got so much pushback after that. I mean, do the words on the internet affect him too? Because most of the greats want to come out and tell you, they even want to preach to kids, don't worry about it, social media, don't ignore these things, and you got to just believe in yourself and keep your chin high. They all say it. I don't know why. I don't know why they say it. It isn't true. But this would be the ultimate proof that it isn't true. I mean, if, it's a big if, but if Conor is affected by that backlash to the point that he's going to change his behavior, wow, it's interesting. And when he says it doesn't serve me well, he has waiting for him, if it doesn't become official, till the doors open. But he has waiting for him the largest live gate in MMA history. And it's not because of his training. And it's not because of his punching or kicking. And because of the excitement that he built around all of that. And he did it by talking. But that doesn't have to mean he was talking trash. Do you see where I'm getting hung up on this term? Can we expect Conor to stop doing as much media? Can we expect him to stop being so fun? Can we expect him to stop being the life of the party? I hope not. I think that all served him very well. And he didn't say, I'm going to stop all talk. He said, I'm going to stop trash talk. I'm just wondering what that means. What does that mean as it pertains to Michael Chandler? What did Conor say that was trash? And I'm trying to pick apart that answer because I'll be very disappointed. If Conor's saying, hey, I'm all done with media, this is it, putting a bow in it, I would be really disappointed. Conor is one of the rare guys that can monetize with something aside from the performance. Every fighter is an interchangeable mediocrity. They simply don't matter. There's 5 guys on the roster that matters. And I know how rude that is. I get it. But as you're looking forward to Conor, you're looking at Fight Week, you got this $20+ million gate. Let's just say, Chandler might be my favorite fighter, but to prove a point, let's say we took Chandler out and we put somebody else in. Do you see how your excitement, or you looking forward, or those ticket holders that could get a refund, do you see it? We would not expect any of that to happen. We expect everybody to continue to show up, to the media to stay just as involved. And that's just an example on that fight. There's 4 other guys that can make money, and the 5 of them together keep the lights on. And all 773 other ones are interchangeable mediocrities because they don't know how to monetize anything other than their performance. That's the only commodity that they have, and Conor is different. So I'd be very disappointed if he stopped talking. Now, he didn't say he was, though. He said he's going to stop trash talking. And I got to tell you, in all fairness, and I know I'm a Conor denier. I know that I defend whatever Conor does. I come out and defend it. I do get that about myself. But I feel it always represents a greater good. feel what he did from an entertainment aspect and the attention, the eyeballs that he brought in, that positivity outweighs a perceived negativity. And if by some off chance Conor thinks that the words and the interviews are not what's bringing in that $20+ million gate, that instead it is his pugilistic abilities, somebody needs to grab a hold of him, splash some cold water on his face, and tell him, do not ever stop talking.